一二三四
Rolling, 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 katsu. Rolling, 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 though my arms are swollen, I keep a temi rolling, katsu. Yuki and jiu-jitsu, sensei, Yoshi, I'll never yawn until I die. All the things I've learned, Makiwara and Zaizen, are the blessings I'll teach you.
Join me each week as I train with different jiu-jitsu instructors and world champions. Two things are bound to happen. Number one, I will get submitted. And number two, both you and I will learn a thing or two.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
I'm Budo Jake, and this is Rolled Up.
See right there, I kind of bathed it.
Yeah, you bathed the
Bathed
camera.
it, yeah.
And I took it.
Yeah, because it makes your hands focus all on my hands,
Both my arms, right.
where they should have been focusing on my legs. So that's how I like to do it. I baited a little sloppy, you went for it perfect.
Yeah.
So now I let my legs do all the work.
It's awesome.
There's the pencil pass. Whoa! Grab the foot. Do the roll. To the back. He's trying some weird leg stuff on me, which will never work. Because I'm a Houdini. I'll get out of anything.
Nice.
That was awesome.
That's fun. Thanks a lot, Bill. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bill, one thing I noticed from watching your fights and from rolling with you is that you always seem to be having a good time.
I'm breakdancing. I'm dancing. I did breakdancing before jiu-jitsu, so that's another thing that caught on to with my jiu-jitsu. You asked earlier, what triggered, what got the monkey on your back? One, getting submitted by a girl, and two, it looks cool. Just moving on the ground. It looks like you're breakdancing on your opponent. So that's what sparked the interest, and that's why I guess my matches are pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. When you're competing against high-level guys, and maybe deeper into the brackets of a tournament, does it become less fun? Does it become more serious at that point?
Good question. It gets more serious when you're off the mat, thinking you're going up and the caliber is getting better and bigger. The names up in the brackets as you're going up. The pressure it gets on to you, but when you're on the mat, it goes away again. Now it's back to the first match.
Just disappears.
It disappears. I'm having a good time now again. Like, okay, the butterflies are gone. Once we clapped hands, it went all out the door. So yes, the pressure does increase off the mat, but not during the match.
So it's all in your head.
It's all in the head. It's all in the head.
Now you have 2 schools now?
I have only one school.
Okay.
I have one school. I moved my school. That's what everyone thought. I have 2. I didn't move it too far, but right now I have Agora Hills, the Paragon, which is about, I'd say, 30 minutes from LAX. So it's right in the middle between LA and Santa Barbara. It's beautiful towns.
Tell me a little bit about your plans for the future.
The future. I have great, exciting plans. My plans are to be the UFC champ, defend the belt, and then go into boxing. I have a very big passion on boxing, as I did since I was a little kid. Mike Tyson, any striking martial artist too. And then as you get understanding martial arts, and there's more to it than striking. There's grappling, but I also have other dreams too. I want to become the UFC champion, and I want to defend it and show the people that, having fun, training and having fun at the gym could lead on to the big lights, and you can live a happy life. Work hard, train hard, pain now, victory later.
Some of the guys who just follow jiu-jitsu might not know that you've had a few MMA fights already.
I did. I just finished my amateur fights now. I just received the state camo 170 belt. So I've proven my amateur ground. So now I want to step up to the next level, is to go pro and show the world that I could do it as a professional fighter as well.
How many MMA fights have you had so far?
I've had about 7 fights.
How does that compare to all the jiu-jitsu matches you had? Was it different? Did the striking really change much for you?
It changed a couple angles. You had to respect that a position could be really great for a submission, but also you got to keep in mind that there's strikes involved that could ruin your, say, jiu-jitsu game or your ground game. So yes, you do want to use your ground, but you also keep in mind, that strikes are involved, so it does have to change a little bit. But no, I find it the same. I find MMA and striking all in the same field. You did jiu-jitsu on the mat here, as we are, sitting down right here, and this is the same place you do with your MMA. So it's not too much of a big difference.
I see. So recently we finished filming some DVDs.
We did.
Tell us a little bit about the audience, a little bit about those 2.
Well, we got the Houdini escapes. I got all the escapes you can think of: submission escapes, position escapes, even the special takedown escapes. You name it. If you can think about a submission or a dominant position, we got it. We got it covered. The escapes. And one more thing. We got the deep half guard killers coming up for you guys. So, you know, I had the deep half guard always pulled on to me by a special friend of mine that always did it to me every day, every night, training. So I had to come up with some answers. So I got the deep half guard killer coming up.
Cool. Let me take a step back on the escapes one. The thing that I love about your escapes that's different than all the other escape DVDs that have come out is that you're not just escaping, but you're escaping and passing the guard, or escaping and submitting the other guy. You're always improving your position.
Definitely. I don't like to just show escapes and, you know, to close guard or to a guard, or just to a position so you can just breathe, because that's the great opportunity. And when you escape, the positions are so awkward, you know, you have your hand here, there, your base is awkward, you're off base, and that's when I noticed that's a perfect opportunity, a chance to attack another attack, so a double attack, triple attack. So yes, after I escape, I see that there's another submission attack, so that's one thing I cover in the DVD.
And you seem so comfortable in those wild scrambles, those positions that aren't even positions. They're like intermediary messes. Like you're so comfortable. It's like you've been there so many times before.
Well, in the academy, that's the thing. I've traveled around the world and I've been to a lot of different dojos, and I always try to do some, like I said, different. And I don't see them starting in scramble positions, starting in positions that are not too stationary. You know, I like to start, you know, back to back, facing our backs how we're sitting right now. Well, I like to start off the back end because there's no handles, so it's all about emotions and, you know, letting the movement capture your memory, capture your emotion, and see how you react. So I try to just start in these positions that are awkward and bad and you don't see all the time.
That's right.
So I like to start in a triangle. I like to start in an arm bar, fully extended. You know, I'm wise enough to know when to tap. So that's how I train, and that's how I teach, and that's how I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life.
That's a great idea, because everybody starts from side control or starts from the mount, but you know, who starts from being choked or being arm barred? But you're going to end up there whether you like it or not at some point. Right?
That's exactly. Everyone trains in positions that they'll see in a picture in the video, but they don't see in the video and the picture the quick motion, you know, the detail underneath the opponents. You know, the camera can only get so many angles, but I'm trying to really get into the opponent and the competitor's mind. Right. You know, I'm trying to get you ready for scrambles, trying to get you ready for bad positions. So you guys already know A, B, and C. Let's start with, sometimes let's go to Z, and then we'll work our way down.
That's awesome. And then the other DVD was the Deep Half Guard Killer, which, you know, Jeff Glover's DVD introduced the world to this relatively new position, the Deep Half Guard. But I didn't have any idea of all the positions that you could do from that.
There's a lot of positions you could do. I mean, the deep half guard is so many open options, and because you got your whole body working on one limb, so there's going to be a lot of open doors for you for just meaning attacks in open guard entries, open guard to submissions, open guard submissions, sweeps, attacks. So when I see the deep half guard, that's I looked at it again as an attack, something that everyone else is doing now. So I want to create, you know, the yin and yang effect. So I want to come up with a counter for that. I want to have my elbows a little wider, you know, just like I said earlier. I know you keep your elbows in, but this time I want them out.
So your DVD is all on the other side. When he's applying deep half guard to you, you're on top, and how to escape, how to submit, and all these positions.
Exactly.
Showed a lot of cool stuff that I don't think people have seen before. So
I think they're gonna enjoy what they're gonna get, because I'm having as you know, my great partner Jeff Glover, you know, he was the one that introduced it to me and put it on me. So I had to, you know, I'm training with him every day, so I had to come up with something. I couldn't just accept it and getting swept, and you know, so I had to come up with some answers.
So if you don't mind, tell me what happens in the dojo when you get in that position. Who wins, Jeff's deep half guard or your counters?
Well, that's for you guys to find out on the DVD. It would be a sneak peek for you.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Bill.
Yeah, Jake, thank you.
Bye.